Peace and blessings to the family. It is me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC. Shout out to Envision Photography and Video. Shout out to the Louisiana All American Sports Network. I'll be cranking up my relationship with them next Friday night as high school football cranks up here in Louisiana. And shout out to the greatest university in the world, the Southern University, home of the mighty Jaguars. Let's go. All right, all right, all right. We getting ready to crank it off shortly. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of at a loss for words because I'm just wasn't pleased with what I saw. But let's run it back real quick one more time. All right, real quick sound check, and then we getting ready to crank it off. All right, before we get into this post game reaction, I want to dedicate this live stream to my former professor at Southern University. The day I went on campus, even though Southern does not play until next Saturday against Alabama State at home, they had a memorial for my former professor at Southern, Deborah Clark. I'm gonna dedicate this live stream to her, and basically like a lot of professors that I had at Southern, like legendary athletic trainer Doc Williams and Coach Hightower. Now Miss Clark has passed. Her son used to be the starting point guard at Southern, Devin Clark. So, keep the Clark and Harris family lifted in your prayer. She was extremely instrumental in me, in terms of shaping me, in terms of the physical education teacher I became. And in addition to that, not only physical education, but the health and physical education teacher I became. So, I'm dedicating this live stream to her. Keep the Clark and the Harris family lifted in your prayer. But in terms of Southern's game against Valley, I'm not gonna lie, I was extremely, extremely, thoroughly unimpressed. Man, Southern is whoo. Southern leaves a lot to be desired thus far. They beat Mississippi Valley 34-29, but it was a rather A rather unimpressive performance, to say the least. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I just, let's get into the chat. Then I'm gonna talk about the game. And for all of my diehard members of Jaguar Nation, I got a link to my Southern University Facebook group. And y'all come through and y'all join us. Southern University Facebook group. Join us. Let's see who we got in the chat. Relax and Calm Rain. He says, salute Coach 67. Chat, HBCU family and Jaguar Nation. And salute to the family. Relax and Calm Rain. He put Go Jags. Motivation to be a millionaire. He said, salute Coach 67. Chat, HBCU family and Jaguar Nation. Man, salute to your motivation to be a millionaire. Salute to the family. Motivation to be a millionaire. Say, this was a very unimpressive performance by Southern. Yeah, very unimpressive performance to say the least. Will Wallace say, nice way to escape. Well, hey, a win is a win, but I don't see this type of performance getting it done week after week. Franklin, what's up, Coach? Man, salute to you, Franklin. Desmond Allen said, Jags win, but it was horrible. Yeah, I agree totally. It was terrible performance, Desmond Allen, but salute to my brother Desmond Allen. Salute to my brother Willie Bolden. He said, Coach, we in big trouble for the remainder of the season. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That statement by Willie Bolden is 100% accurate. I was extremely, just thoroughly unimpressed by Southern's performance. Man, it was just terrible. Your boy Jay said, one of the most boring, most disinteresting games I've ever watched. I agree with you, but Southern played like trash. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Rod the Second said Mark Frederick needs to be fired. I agree with you, Rod the Second. You have no argument from me in that regard. Christopher Duke says Southern is in big trouble. Unfortunately, Christopher Dukes, I agree. Rod the Second said, I'm going to pull up to Baton Rouge and beat Mark Frederick's ass. I wouldn't advise that, but I don't knock you feeling that way. A lot of members of Jaguar Nation definitely probably feel the same way you feel, Franklin, he said, couldn't watch the damn game. I was looking for it. It was on SWAC. It was on SWAC TV. And salute to SWAC TV. This was the inaugural live stream in terms of football. It was a little rough around the edges, but they did okay. The only little minor issue I had, my mom was able to watch it on her pad, but I was in the other room and it kept skipping on me. I think of course, this Wi-Fi spectrum is terrible. So that might be part of it, but I didn't like the fact that at certain points, Southern or Valley scored and they didn't change the score right away. So that was one of the issues I had with it. But other than that, it was all good, Rod the Second said the second time he had Woods running and he's a effing pocket quarterback. Tell me about it, and that's the sad thing about it. He probably going to be out for a little minute because, from what I'm hearing, he's having like severe neck pain and it's a pretty bad concussion from what I'm understanding. But, this is just what people telling me, like, immediately. So I don't know how accurate it is. We're going to need to wait and see. But, man, this boy got a concussion last year against Grambling and Bayou Classic. So, like, why you got him running, But that's another story. He got to be smarter with the football. He didn't get down soon enough, but I'm going to talk about that, Salute to Israel Carey. He said, is Cameron okay? From what I'm understanding, I think they just put the third string guy in there. I don't know. I don't know if he got hurt too. I know Jalen Woods is, like, from what I understand, he got a very bad concussion. Last time I heard he was getting a CT scan, but a couple people, say, hey, he XYZ got a bad concussion, with the Woods. I don't know. Roland Roland Surf Jr. Salute. He said his coaching staff is ass. We deserve better. Man, I'll agree with you 100%. I'm not gonna lie. It could get real ugly real quick. Saturday night gonna tell us a lot. Israel Carey say, "Fam, you sick." Yeah, I heard fam, you lost. It is what it is. Your boy Jay said, Frederick is going to run Holly to the ground with that inside zone every single play. Yeah, man, unfortunately. Jeffrey Carroll said, Po Jags. Oh, they won, so I mean, hey, it might be the last one you get for a long time, but it is what it is. The Autism Boy College did it. One salute to you, fam. He said, salute, coach. For 67 Sports TV, salute to you, fam. Christopher Duke said, hi, coach. For sorry, Norman, ASAP, man, they need to do something. And Autism Boy College did want to say salute to the chat room. Nathaniel Frank says Southern is weak. I think Southern coaching staff is weak more than anything. I think they got some talent, but I don't think they know how to fully maximize and utilize that talent. Your boy Jay say whole staff should be gone by Monday. This team looks worse than Dooley teams. Valley beat themselves. I'm not gonna lie. Valley could have easily won this game. You know what I'm saying? Ed, salute to you, Ed. He said, Ed Christopher Dukes. Ed Christopher Dukes got the laughing emojis. One shy, Deshaun. He said, Southern coach's ass. Yeah, I think we clearly established that. Franklin said, I got SWAC TV. I still couldn't watch it. I don't know. That's what I watched it on SWAC TV. I was having some issues with my SWAC TV, Franklin, the first half. So I listened to part of it on the radio. But for the most part, I watched the whole second half on SWAC TV. I watched most of the game on SWAC TV. I think it was my Wi-Fi more than it was SWAC TV. But there were points in the game where mine was frozen, but my mom was in the other room watching it on a pad. I couldn't get it from the pad to the TV, but it is what it is. Like I said, the coverage from SWAC TV, it was a little rough around the edge, but Adrian Crook said, Dukes, y'all, not good, boy. Salute to Adrian Crook. The second said, Coach, it's a concussion. He's fine. On the bus with the team. Man, I'm glad that he doing better. I know they say he still was having neck stiffness on SWAC TV, but from my understanding, it's a pretty bad concussion. So I don't know how quickly he gonna clear concussion protocol, but I don't know. Southern definitely struggling, to say the least. Avis Heat, salute to you. Roughing the SWAC. He said, "What them Jags do though?" We're gonna see. They won, but it was a very unimpressive win. We're gonna see what they do moving forward. Adrian Crook said, "Y'all ass struggled to throw." Yeah, man. Salute to Carlos Brown. Carlos Brown. He said Woods is traveling back with the team. All right. Salute to you, Carlos Brown. Rod the second said late hit and he got down. I mean, that's the thing about it. The SWAC officials, they're terrible. Y'all know how I feel about the SWAC officials. They are completely trash. They leave a lot to be desired. I think the call is questionable. Some people I'm saying they were like, man, coach, I thought it was a unnecessary roughness penalty. Other people was like, man, coach, he should have just got down sooner. So I think it's a matter of opinion, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Jay say, fam, you is trash. Alcorn is trash. We trash. LOL. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still heated that Alcorn lost to Northwestern. Man, I cannot stand Southern Conference teams beating SWAC teams. I hate it with a passion. Man, the fact that Alcorn State lost to Northwestern, it aggravates me. And then, of course, a few Alcorn State players was at midfield celebrating with Northwestern players. From what I'm understanding, they played JUCO with them. But man, the hell with that. Y'all was teammates in JUCO. Y'all no longer teammates, so you shouldn't be celebrating with them. That's bull crap. But I mean, it is what it is. Ed said, "Crook, the nerve of you." Man, salute to my brother Jared 11 Green. Of course, yesterday, the latest edition of HBCU Fanatics premiered. If y'all have not done so, check it out. And also tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, the Southern Baller Show. Y'all come over and check us out on my brother Jared 11 Green channel. Israel Carey said, saw Cameron hopping on the sideline. All right. Adrian Crook said, Ed, the nerve of y'all. Christopher Duke said, Crook, we're pretty damn good, at least way better than Southern. Lord. Rod the second said Wolves will be back. I don't think he's gonna be back for Alabama State next Saturday. Rod the second, he will be back, but I don't think he's gonna be back as soon as you think. I think it's gonna take a little while for him to clear concussion protocol. You know what I'm saying? Will Wallace said Valley let me down. Yeah, I'm glad he did. Will Wallace. Adrian Crook said Duke. No, you're not. LOL. Rod the second said Wolves will be back for Craxon. All right, hopefully. Adrian Crook said Dukes, y'all tall inside zone to score. LOL. Carlos Brown said North Carolina Central is down against New Hampshire. Oh my goodness, making that loss look even worse now, especially after tonight. KD said, "Fam, you lost." Yes, fam, you did lose. They lost. They lost at home. Rod the second said Woods is going to be back for Jackson State. Where is Will Wallace? Yeah. Adrian Cook wanted to say he ran. Rod the second said, "Don't worry about it, Coach. Frederick is going to have to see me." I hear you, Rod the second. I'm sure myself and a lot of members of Jaguar Nation agree. Adrian Crook said Dukes. Ed, LOL, y'all basic. Carlos Brown, keep up the good work, Coach. Man, I appreciate you, fam. Avis, he said, the big bad JSU Tigers is on the way. Man, whatever. I wasn't overly impressed with what I saw, but it is what it is. All those receivers, Adrian Crook, LOL. KD Southern won. Yeah, they won. They won 34-29. It was an unimpressive win, though. Like I predicted, but it is what it is. Adrian Crook said, too late running touchdowns off inside zone, D. Yup. I wasn't overly impressed with Jackson State, to keep it a buck. That was on HBCU Go. Adrian Crook said, what happened to the high-powered offense, D? Yeah, I say the same thing, too. I wasn't, we talking about how Southern and Alcorn and FAMU, all of these SWAC teams look bad early in the season, but keep it a buck. I wasn't overly impressed with Jackson State from what I saw. Y'all supposed to smack them when they come to Jack, but it is what it is. Jeffrey Carroll said, "Man, Valley damn near stumped that shoot, man." LSU, Southern made a lot of stupid. They gave up big plays. They dropped a lot of passes. They missed a lot of tackles. I'm gonna get into it. Christopher Will Wallace says Southern about to lose 3 straight. Well, time gonna tell, Will Wallace. Christopher Duke said the 1990s are long gone for Southern. Yeah. To be honest with you, Christopher Dukes, whether you're talking about FAMU, whether you're talking about Jackson State, until Deion came, guess what? I remember Jackson State fans, complaining about Comergy and this, that, third. So, hey, everybody got their turn, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Adrian Crook said Jeffrey from behind. Autism Boy College here wants to say SU, I think, can reach postseason if they play at a high level, coach. They could, but the way they look these first 2 weeks, Autism Boy, it's possible, but I'm not holding my breath with the first 2 weeks I saw. Hopefully, I think they could turn it around, but we'll see. The boy J.C. Fredericks calls his offense the gumbo offense. Well, his gumbo has hot dogs in it. Big facts, your boy Jay. Israel Carey said, good news, Carlos Brown. Tell, salute to the brother, Teldrin Lather. She said, what up, coach? That Jalen Woods hit was a flag. Yeah, I see the same thing too. A couple of people felt like it wasn't, but you know, the SWAC officials, they're terrible anyway. He said he was sliding, giving himself up, and he got hit in the helmet to helmet. That's targeting. And that's the thing about it. They reviewed it and they still said it wasn't targeting. So that's insane to me, you know. Hey, they SWAC officials, you know, you can't ask a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? Adrian Crook said the top wide out 48 yards, LOL. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You know, y'all supposed to have this savage wide receiving core. I've been saying the quarterback play leaves a lot to be desired, but you know, a lot of people's calling me a hater. Now, if y'all had somebody like a prime Robert Superman Kent, that would be different. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm not even gonna get into that. Emmett Jones, salute Emmett Jones. He said, "Good evening, great games today." Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot of good football action today. You know, what we talking, but Texas, Ohio State, Florida State pulling a massive upset. I'm not gonna lie, they Florida State NIL money was well spent. You know what I'm saying? Teldrin Lather said, but Frederick needs to go tonight. Man, we all in agreement with that. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Crook said Morgan was 15 to 30, 143. LOL. Jeffrey Carroll said 278 rushing. One shy, Deshaun said Southern coaches don't know their team. And Southern coaches just trash. If they did know their team, I don't think it would matter. Salute to your all black. He said, how could you determine how good a team after 1 week, especially in opening week? Well, how good could you determine the team being after 2 weeks? Because guess what? Southern look like trash. So, I mean, if that's the case, then we shouldn't determine what Southern look like after 2 weeks. So, I mean, it is what it is. Drip Sip, salute to you. He said, don't be in here hating on JSU. We represented for our conference. I mean, hey, this is a Southern. Hey, this is Southern, predominantly Southern chat. So guess what? Hey, I'm gonna do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all JSU fans, y'all poking the bear. Well, guess what? Jaguar Nation, we want to poke back. You know what it is there. I'm definitely gonna hate. I'm gonna keep it a brick. Hey, y'all started the hating first. You know, it's all in love. But guess what? I'm gonna keep it. Hey, I'm gonna do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Crook said, did Travis play? I see Miller 10 carries and 2 zone touchdowns. LOL. Jeffrey Carroll said, ain't crap you can say about them Tigers the way SU look. Man, look, bro. It is what it is. I mean, yeah, y'all won. Southern won too. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. All blacks say it usually take at least 3 weeks before you can really gel as a unit. Well, hopefully that gelling happens for Southern on Saturday against Alabama State on the Bluff. You did. Emmett Jones, he said Tennessee State got North Carolina A&T 21-24. I heard him announce that during on SWAC TV during the game. Franklin said the JSU showed me championship defense today. The I love. Well, man, we'll see. Teldrin Lather said Woods might not be back till Fresno. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, hopefully, the sooner the better. Jalen Williams, salute to you. He said, go Jags, man. Salute to you, Jalen Williams. Yes, sir, go Jags. We need to do better. Emmett Jones said, Tamana going to play. Willie going, I need a refund. And how are we going to fix it? Yeah. Teldrin Leather said, Kendrick Rhymes went 21 rushes for 174 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sheesh. Man, if you'd have got them kind of touches last year, instead of that black back by committee crap, you know, I don't even want to bring it up because my diehard Jaguar Nation subscribers, they felt like, hey, if he want to leave, let him leave. Hey, I think Mark Frederick pushed him out the door if you ask me, but that is my personal opinion. Adrian Crook said, Jeffrey, y'all high. Jeffrey, y'all a high-powered passing team, remember? LOL. All black, they sorry to say, but we are going to beat the brakes off of JSU next week. All right. We shall see. Lathers, he played NCAT, North Carolina A&T. All right. Jeffrey Carroll, we are a balanced team. Okay. Drip Sip say, more impressed than other SWAC teams. Well, like somebody said in the chat, it's too early to tell. Emmett Jones say, all corny fam, you messed my picks up, LOL. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Jackson State messed my pick up on SBCU Fanatics. SBCU Fanatics, you know, my brother Jared 11 Green. He was like, man, coach, why are you picking Howard and Hampton? I wanted Alcorn to win, but they lost. I think I picked Texas Southern. A lot of people saying PB gonna win. So Grambling and Southern might be the only teams that I picked that actually win. So we'll see. Jalen Williams said Tigers didn't look so great even though they won. I say the same thing, but JSU fans say I'm hating. So I mean, it is what it is. Why is Crook in here talking about JSU after barely beating Valley? Well, I mean, hey, guess what? Valley beat FAMU last year. I mean, Valley upsetting somebody every year. So I mean, I think Valley a much improved team. So yeah, they still might be a bottom feeder team in the West, but I think they tougher. Like they kept saying during the broadcast, they just don't have the kind of depth. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Crook said, Jeffrey 1530 isn't balanced. 15 completions and 30 pass attempts isn't balanced. Adrian Crook said, Carrie, you barely beat a Valley tight team. Also, yeah. Emmett Jones said Andrew Body SWAC player of the week. Oh no, Emmett Jones, I'm not even gonna lie. That's the concern I have as a member of Jaguar Nation. Based on what Andrew Body did this weekend, man, he coming to AW next week. Man, hey, bro, hey, that is going to be a problem. Drip Sip said JSU woke up in the fourth quarter. Salute to your T. He said it's the first game. It's y'all second. I'm confused. Yeah, the reason why T is because Southern played week 0. Most teams didn't play week 0. Most teams played week 1. So yeah, Southern is 1-1 and Jackson State is 1-0. So yeah, T is nothing to be confused about. Southern and North Carolina Central played last week 0. Christopher Duke said carry facts. Drip Sip say overly impressed, but impressed. The same. Drip, y'all didn't wake up, LOL. Jeffrey Carroll said our man in the middle didn't play. All right. Jalen Williams said Southern won. Y'all mad. Stay mad. And Mitch is all black LDBC. LDBC is Lions Den Boxing Community, Lions Den Broadcasting Community. I'm a member of the LDBC myself, my brother Jared 11 Green, Jay Good, Big Joe Townsend. Our brother 7A Sports TV is the leader of the group. We got like over 300, 400 members in the LDBC. So yeah, I'm a member of the LDBC. Adrian Crook said Jeffrey, one guy, LOL. Drip Sip say, I will like to see another SWAC team beat Hampton. Yeah. SWAC did look weak this week. Jeff Williams said Deion put Jackson in a position that they're in right now. Yeah, I agree. I think TC Taylor has done an excellent job since he took over. I think the thing that kind of helped TC Taylor right now is the fact that Willie Simmons left. I think if Willie Simmons hadn't left, there's a strong possibility that FAMU still would be the team to beat in the SWAC. But, I mean, if it was a fifth, we all be drunk, so I can't speculate on that. Sleepy Eye, salute to you. He said, I thought Sudan was going to run through the SWAC. Well, we'll see. Will Wallace said, feels good to beat Valley, huh? No, not really. Clearly you didn't watch the tailgate party. If you'd have looked at the tailgate party, you'll know what I'm thinking. Drip Sip said Rick Kamaji was a winning coach. No, but guess what? He was a winning coach, but just like you might have Southern detractors say, hey, Terrence Graves is a winning coach too. But members of Jaguar Nation like myself, we not content with him. And guess what? Jackson State fans wasn't content with Kamaji either. So, Drip Sip, when you're at a blue blood team, whether we're talking about Southern, whether we're talking about Grambling, Jackson State, FAMU, winning ain't good enough. You got to win championships. You know what I'm saying? Christopher Duke say thanks, Dion. I don't like the way he left Jackson State, though. Christopher Dukes. I mean, he didn't have to rub Jackson State name in the dirt before he left and went to Colorado. He should have just said, "Hey, I just want the bag." I mean, I would respect it, but I didn't like the way he left. But can't hold that grudge against him. Jalen Williams said, "K, why you didn't put 40 on them, huh?" Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's Jackson State phrase. Beating everybody by 40. Jalen Williams said, JSU. Jeffrey Carroll said, LOL Dukes. Drip Sip said, JSU got rid of Rick Comedy because he couldn't win the championship. I basically say the same thing, Drip Sip. Hey, the way Terrence Gray is going, guess what? Hey, he gonna meet the same fate. Emmett Jones said Grambling beaten and unimpressed Langston team 21-0 second quarter. I appreciate the update, Emmett Jones, but I kind of expected this. I mean, Grambling, they want to start off the season with with an easy dub. I'm not gonna be honest with you. We was talking about that on my brother 503 Lion Hard Hitler channel. I shared it in the chat. We talked about Ohio State and Texas. I mean, if I'm an AD, I'm trying to start off the season with a couple easy dubs, and then progressively, work on chemistry and continuity as the season progresses. Drip Sip said, "You are hating. He dominated the SWAC." Who dominated the SWAC? Comedy or Dion? Which one? Because guess what? Even if Dion did dominate the SWAC, he didn't win both of them years. Neither one of them years he won a Black National Championship. So, I mean, it is what it is, Adrian Cook said, "Well, I don't know. You beat a Valley type team. Tell us." LOL. Drip Sip said, Mississippi Valley ain't no pushover. I say the same thing, Drip Sip. People sleeping with their eyes open when they come to Valley. You know what I'm saying? Drip, what championship? You just won your first national championship. Jalen Williams said Mississippi Valley proved they're a team not to be slept on. I say the same thing, Jalen Williams. JSU low-key trash. Yeah, I wasn't overly impressed, you know what I'm saying? Emmett Jones said Ohio State looking like Jim Trusser and Urban Meyer's team. Mark Patricia, Ohio State's defensive coordinator, held Arch Manning in check for the most part. I'm not gonna lie, Arch Manning looked very unimpressive to me. That's my personal opinion. Against a losing team, LOL. Will Wallace, Hampton would have beat Southern. I don't know about that, Will Wallace. Drip Sip said, we cheered on SU when they played North Carolina Central. All right. No, but guess what? You still had J-State fans talking trash in the chat, though, Drip Sip. Just keep it a buck. You can't see all JSU fans was cheering for Southern. That'll be capped, you know what I'm saying? Christopher Duke said Southern can't win because they are obsessed with JSU. No, hey, Southern won tonight. I mean, how we obsessed with JSU? I mean, you got to play who you got in front of you, you know what I'm saying? Drip Sip say SWAC is SWAC. We wanted SU to beat North Carolina Central. All right. I wanted JSU to win too, but I didn't pick them, to win. So, Jalen Williams said JSU, not the championship team that they say they are. Let's be real. Ed said, look at us taking victory laps and high-fiving over barely beating Valley. Pathetic. Man, hey, clearly you ain't listening to what I'm saying. I ain't taking no victory lap over nothing. Hey, beating Valley is not a flex to me. Not whatsoever. I was overly unimpressed with the win. So I don't know who you're talking about. Not me. I ain't taking no damn victory lap over there. But guess what? A win is a win. But, it is what it is. But I think Valley better than people think they are. So just to say Valley like the most trash team on the history of planet Earth, they need to move down to Division 2. Guess what? Valley, for the last 2 years, Valley upset a team every year. You know what I'm saying? Emmett Jones said Graham look worse than Southern, even though they're beating Langston 21-0. Yeah, they're playing down too. Drip Sip said, no lie, Alabama State, no pushover. No, I'm not gonna lie. I think Alabama State gonna be a problem. I mean, the way Andrew Body look, that's the major question. Or can Andrew Body stay healthy? That's gonna be the question. But if he could stay healthy right now, I'm not gonna lie. Andrew Body looking like the best quarterback in the SWAC, in my personal opinion. And Christopher Dukes was saying, if Andrew Body ain't did nothing, but if Andrew Body could stay healthy, Andrew Body gonna be a problem. He said, Coach 7, do you think SU should go to D2? Well, it depends. Do you think Jackson State should go to D2, ABC? Because guess what? I mean, hey, they all in but the same boat as far as I'm concerned. Jalen Williams said, salute. Man, salute to you, Jalen Williams. Drip Sip said, I hope SU beat Alabama. Me too. Hopefully we can find a way to get the dub next Saturday. Adrian Cook said, Hampton won 2 games in 2024. LOL. Adrian Cook said, D ain't crap. Jalen Williams said, Hampton is just trash. Nothing to be boasting about. LOL. JSU should have put 50 on them. Yep. Franklin, however, you want Jackson State to beat you is your pick. We'll see. Christopher Duke said, do you see how quick he tells a lie? Man, it is what it is. Ed tell Ed all the time. Well, we'll see. Adrian Cook said, look at these. Don't realize when they being trolled about a 2-win team being good. Mosley 210, salute to you. He said, man, say what you want about Jackson. We not losing the SU, and we definitely won't struggle with Valley. Well, we'll see. Time will tell. Emmett Jones said North Carolina A&T contingent gonna be all right after losing to Tennessee State. They might win 4 games max, if that. Yup. Jalen Williams said Jackson good, but they're not that good. Jalen Williams beat the FBS team to prove itself. Yeah. Rose Greenwood, 10 for 172. 10 for 172 is balanced. Black Jackson need to let TC call the plays. Mosley 210 said, don't worry about Jackson is good. Just know we better than y'all. Well, time won't tell, Mosley. Time should tell. You know what I'm saying? Christopher Duke said Southern A&M University. All right. It is what it is. All right. Man, this chat is just going crazy. Ed said Jalen Williams, we all getting our whipped against FBS teams. Where's the logic? Morgan had 143 yards passing from edge to Cook. LOL. Fam, you beating them too. Morgan had 42 yards rushing. LOL. Mosley 210. Morgan can start for SU right now. Not if you got to help the Jalen Woods and he doing what he doing. Trip said Texas Southern fumble body. They should have kept him at all costs with NIL money. I agree with you. I'm not gonna lie. I think the only thing that they really could justify letting him ride is the fact that at the end he couldn't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Hampton won 2 games from Adrian Cook. Last drip hush. LOL. PV trash. I don't know. I picked Texas Southern to win that game. Emmett Jones said, Coach 7, who you got Labor Day? Classic. I picked Texas Southern to win. And like I said, you can see all our picks on HBCU Fanatics. I think we up to 197, 198 views for that show that aired yesterday morning. And we recorded it Thursday night and it aired Friday morning. Adrian Cook said Texas Southern looks good right now. Ed said, y'all see a championship caliber team. Y'all haven't really beat nobody for real to really be saying that. Drip Sip said, if Dion didn't leave, fam, you wouldn't have won either. Yeah, but guess what? I mean, that's like I said, that's a matter of if. So I mean, I'm not speculating on the ifs. Adrian Cook said Texas Southern 7-0. Jalen Williams said Jackson State said thank you, Dion. Jalen Williams said JSU beats everybody in the SWAC. What's your argument? Man, you're hurt right now and emotional. You need a tissue. Drip Sip said Dion definitely left wrong. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't like. I felt that was kind of trash the way he left Drip Sip. I mean, look, bro, if you want to leave, just say you want to leave for a bag. Like you ain't gotta, rub dirt on JSU on the way out. I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Franklin said facts. Black said these other teams are okay with just having winning seasons. We won championships. Big facts, Black. Big facts. Drip Sip say about 50. Jalen Williams say, Ed, y'all not that guy, pal. Adrian Crook said, Ed, y'all ass boy. Jalen Williams said, I'm hurt. Shoot, won today. Stay mad. Won. Emmett Jones said, Deion Sanders mismanaged that clock last night towards the end. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you. Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is a team you should not play the first week of the season. Like, I'm not gonna lie. That's a trap game. So yeah, you right. He did look bad in terms of clock management at the end. Adrian Crook said, they don't know 2024 was their first national championship. LOL. Franklin Facts. Jalen Williams said, hey, y'all not the team that y'all say y'all are. And that's facts. Adrian Crook said, no, y'all didn't. Jalen Williams said, y'all just won first national championship. Jalen Williams said, catch up, big facts. Even with Deion, they didn't win national champion, black national championship. Duke said, Adrian Crook said Duke stay full of oh no, Crook. Well, Crook going super hard. All right. Let me get to my real my post-game reaction. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Southern looked very unimpressive against Valley. You know, they got the ball first. You know, Wood started. They just wasn't sharp initially. Then I don't know if this was a mess up or whatever, but I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Valley got the ball. Valley didn't do much. On the minus side of the field, on like the minus 15 or whatever, Terrell Buckley faked a punt on like 4th and 10, 4th and whatever it was. And Southern got the ball at the 20. And they ended up settling for a field goal. I'm like, come on, bro. Mark Frederick is extra trash, extra hot garbage as our offensive coordinator. And it ain't even close, right? Then after that, the quarterback had like a 49, Valley quarterback had like a 49-yard run. They ended up settling for a field goal. Then, Jalen Woods ended up getting hurt. I thought it was a personal foul. I'm not gonna lie. Me, shout out to C. Wells, SWAC Talk. Me and him talk about how, the SWAC officials are terrible. And I'm not just saying that because they favor one team or another. They're just terrible just in general. I'm like, bro, I feel like that's the biggest issue I have with the SWAC. It's like, bro, why can't y'all get better officials? That's what I don't understand. I do commentary for the Louisiana All-America Sports Network on Friday nights. I promise you, I see better officiating from Louisiana high school football officials. So that's why I don't understand, like, why can't the SWAC get better officials? Like, it aggravates me to no extent why we can't get better officials in the SWAC. But anyway, Southern ended up going up 10-3. Then Valley kicked the field goal, 10-6. Then Valley ended up taking the lead. Then finally, McCoy threw a touchdown, 17-13. Ended up being back and forth. Southern ended up winning 34-29. Southern gave up too many big plays. They gave up too many big plays in terms of Southern defense. They gave up too many big plays. The quarterback had like a 49-yard run. They threw a slant that went like 72 yards. Like, they gave up a lot of big plays. Mike Franklin fumbled. Trey Holly fumbled. Jalen Woods, like I said, he probably going to be down for a few weeks in terms of concussion protocol. He clearly a better quarterback. And my issue is, based on the way Andrew Body just lit it up against UAB, man, this boy threw for over 500 yards, and this boy is coming at A.W. Mumford Stadium, Pete Richardson Field. Ooh, man. Like Southern defense really need to tighten up because, you know, they were terrible against North Carolina Central. And then after that, you know, they were just very unimpressive. In my personal opinion, they gave up too many big plays. They missed way too many tackles. Man, I don't understand how you can miss all these tackles. I mean, clearly, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I know on all levels, like they take away some of the physicality in terms of, they don't tackle as much as we did when we was in school. But even with that being said, bro, you cannot miss the amount of tackles Southern missed against Valley. There's no way. In addition to that, like I said, Jalen Woods got hurt. Receivers dropped a lot of passes. Man, I'm not going to lie. Those Jackson State fans that saying Southern receivers trash, I hate to say it. Like, tonight, y'all proved them right for one game because, man, they dropped a lot of passes. It's like, come on, man, what are we doing? Like, we can't drop these amount of passes. You fumbled the ball twice. And not only that, but they dropped a lot of interceptions. Now, this is the thing that get me. I remember when I was in school, one of our defensive backs dropped the interception, I'm sorry. And the coach was like, all the defensive back is a wide receiver that can't catch. And to keep it a buck, Horatio Johnson proved that theory right, man. Horatio Johnson dropped like 3 interceptions. I'm like, bro, this dude can't catch. I need to get him a special pair of gloves or something, man. Put some stickum on his hands or something. And this dude dropped 3 interceptions. I think Southern secondary, they dropped like 5 interceptions total. So, hey, bro, when y'all playing against Alabama State next week at Pete Richardson Field, A.W. Mumford Stadium, y'all cannot afford to drop all of those interceptions. Y'all have to catch the interceptions. In addition to that, y'all can't give up all those big plays. I mean, it just can't happen. Just can't give up all of those big plays. You know what I'm saying? Donnie Page said the one that Southern had got called back. Yeah, that's another thing too. The penalties. Like, I talked about this before the season started. Man, Southern had just a ridiculous amount of penalties. Bruh, you cannot have all of the penalties that Southern had. So between like the 4 or 5 drop interceptions, giving up the big plays, the poor tackling, fumbled the ball twice. It's like, I'm going to be honest with you, at certain points, I felt like Southern was trying to give the game up. It's like, come on, man, what are we doing? Like, come on, man, y'all got to play better. And I'm going to be truthful. A lot of people in the chat talking about, hey, this team going to do this against Valley. Man, I ain't going to lie. I think Valley better than people think. Valley, playing against Valley and Texas Southern, I think this season, I think more so Texas Southern, but especially Valley, I think if you just look beyond them to the next week, like that's definitely a trap game. A definite trap game. So, I mean, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So, am I happy with Southern's performance? Like, you won, cool. You get advanced the next week against Alabama State. But even with that being said, Southern has a lot to clean up. McCoy going to be your starting quarterback now, so guess what? Hey, you got to do what you got to do in terms of getting him ready for Alabama State, 1. 2, your running backs can't put the ball on the ground. Like, Mike Franklin can't fumble the ball. Trey Holly can't fumble the ball. Let's see if they're going to play Barry Remo and Jason Gabriel more next week. I still haven't seen a Marion Asbury sighting, but I mean, it is what it is. They say they're going to play back by committee. Let's see if they play back by committee. And one thing they pointed out during the SWAC TV, I didn't know this, even though Trey Holly had been practicing, I did not know that, he just got cleared like the day before the North Carolina Central game in terms of NCAA clearinghouse. So at the end of the day, it's like, hey, that's why they didn't give him a lot of touches against North Carolina Central. But If he gonna put the ball on the ground, he can't run the ball as much as I thought he should run it. But at the end of the day, like Southern has a lot to clean up. Can they play better? Can they perform better? Of course, absolutely. But I'm gonna be truthful. I'm just not a big fan of Terrence Graves as the head coach right now. I'm definitely not a fan at all of Mark Frederick as an offensive coordinator. So at the end of the day, it's gonna be interesting to see. And the thing about it is Southern defense has carried Southern the last few seasons. And truthfully speaking, Southern defense these first couple of weeks it doesn't feel a lot to be desired. You know what I'm saying? I mean, giving up, long drives, too many big plays, too many missed tackles. Today, too many dropped interceptions. And just as a team, too many penalties. Fumbled the ball twice. So Southern has a lot to clean up on both sides of the ball. In terms of looking at the positives, at least Kenny Lee Pham played better as a punter. Man, I'm not gonna lie, after that shank last week, at least he had a 40. He went from having a 7-yard punt against North Carolina Central to a 49-yard punt today. So at least he played better, because I'm not gonna lie. Donnie Page said the offense is not dynamic enough. Holly should have a package like Alvin Kamara. Donnie Page, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna just keep it a brick. I have been saying that his offense is too basic, it's too vanilla. Like, from a play calling standpoint, there's no screens to the wide receivers in terms of, bubble screens, tunnel screens, jailbreak screens, none of that. Calvin Lydell said JSU by 50. Okay. But anyway, there's no screens to the running backs. There's no tunnel screens, no bubble screens, no jailbreak screens. No shovel passes. No sprint passes, no rollouts. So you're on the rollouts, no sprint passes, no shovel passes to the wide receivers or running backs, no screens to the wide receivers or running backs. They definitely need to do a way better job next week. Get Dupree Fuller involved. McCoy missed him big. He was wide open at one point. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Dupree Fuller and Darren Morris, they need to get more touches. So, as an offensive coordinator, I don't know what you could really do with Mark Frederick as your offensive coordinator right now. But I know one thing. Terrence Graves and staff, they need to get this stuff together. Because I'm not going to lie, these first 2 weeks, in terms of what I've seen as a diehard member of Jaguar Nation, and as a fan, and as a coach, even though I've coached on the middle school level, I'm an administrator now, so I'm no longer an active coach. But even with that being said, I'm not impressed with what I see from this Southern University coaching staff. I'm like, look, bro, Terrence Graves, bro. Woo! You know what I'm saying? And Ed, you make an excellent point. He said the D-line bounced back, or it's giving y'all only good linemen. I'm not going to lie. I think they played better. I think North Carolina Central's offensive line, they had, 5 starters returning. Givens had, 2 sacks tonight. I think he had 2 sacks. I ain't going to lie. Now, some of those defensive linemen, especially against North Carolina Central, for long stretches of the game, it looked like you had 3 substitute defensive linemen, 3 substitute defensive linemen, and Kelby Givens. But it didn't look that way tonight. But, of course, they, a better team. Man, salute to my brother, straight to the point. Sports and Entertainment, he says, salute, coach. Salute, fam, man. Salute to you. Straight to the point. Sports and Entertainment. Another member, another JSU fan, but you don't talk trash like all the rest of y'all JSU fans. But anyway, Southern got a lot to clean up. And not only that, but Andrew Body, man, he lit it up. against UAB. So at the end of the day, it's going to be interesting to see how Southern's defense matches up against Alabama State's offense. And right now, I'm not going to lie, Andrew Body looks like the best quarterback in the SWAC. It ain't even close. Like, he doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? So, hopefully Henry Miller and the defense, they could play a lights out type game and minimize Andrew Body. In addition to that, I'm not gonna lie, the offense got to protect the defense. Mike Franklin, he got nicked up. And after he fumbled the ball, he really didn't. I didn't see him too much. Trey Holly put the ball on the ground also. So you cannot turn the ball over next week like that against Alabama State. Jalen Williams said, I got Alabama State for sure beating JSU the East. But I'm not gonna lie, offense, Southern is gonna need to definitely play a ball control style offense. You're gonna need to pound the rock. And McCoy gonna need to make more passes in a passing game. And not only that, but the Southern wide receivers, man, y'all, hey, bro, they cannot drop as many passes they drop. Southern secondary dropped a lot of passes. Southern wide receivers dropped passes. So I'm not gonna lie, like they got to clean up a lot. First of all, Southern need to cut down on penalties. Way too many penalties. Like, man, y'all can't have all the penalties y'all had, for one. You got to get rid of the penalties. You got to get rid of the turnovers. You can't drop all the passes y'all dropped. Y'all can't give up all the big plays. Y'all got to get people on the ground. Y'all cannot miss all the tackles y'all miss. So I'm not going to lie, like a lot needs to be cleaned up. A lot needs to be done because, truthfully speaking, I'm not going to lie, like these first 2 weeks in terms of the performance, like it needs to get a lot better, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, hopefully they could turn it around. I'm not gonna lie, I think Southern has the talent, but the coaching staff is the issue for me. So, it's gonna be interesting to see, how things pick up next week, how things turn around, so on and so forth. I mean, I'm hopeful and I'm optimistic that the players gonna pull us through. Because I'm not gonna lie, I really don't have the confidence in the coaching staff to keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, hopefully we could turn it around. But if Southern keep looking the way they looked the first 2 weeks, it could be a tough run and it could be a long season. But Jalen Williams, you're right. I think Trey Holly is definitely a game changer, Jalen Williams. But he can't put the ball on the ground. From what I'm understanding, they say he got nicked up on the play. Man, I done played with too many running backs that they fumble the ball, then they act like they got hurt. They fumble the ball, and they act like they got hurt. And in all actuality, they're not really hurt. They probably hurt. That's the vibe I got from Trey Holly when he fumbled. And when Mike Franklin fumbled, I don't even know they put it back in the game. So, it's going to be interesting to see, last year was back, that's all Terrence Graves and the whole back by committee bull crap. You know what I'm saying? Back by committee. When Kendrick Grimes was clearly the best running back last year, he should have got the most touches. It's like they completely changed that philosophy tonight in terms of Trey Holly getting the most touches. Mike Franklin touched the ball. Adrian Cook said Holly finished the game. Yeah, he did. But, they also put Barry Remo and Jason Gabriel in there. So Mike Franklin, Trey Holly, Barry Remo, and Jason Gabriel. I like to see Princeton Cahee. I like to see Martin Asbury. If you're gonna play back by committee, play back by committee. But it is what it is. I think, I said this last week. When you're playing against better competition, from a coaching staff standpoint, they definitely need to tighten up. Jalen Williams said, I like Holly, definitely going to shake heads. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest with you. That touchdown he had with that jump cut, whoo, that was nasty. I said, dang. He juked that defender out his jock strap, you know what I'm saying? But truthfully speaking, like, Southern going to need to play a much cleaner game, you know what I'm saying? Southern going to need to play a much cleaner game. And I'm not going to lie, the offense is going to need to protect the defense. The offense is going to need to go on long drives and not get in the red zone and settle for field goals. Y'all got to go on long drives and y'all got to score a goddamn touchdown. I don't want no field goals. You got to score a touchdown. So I'm not going to lie, the last few years, the defense has been the stronger side of the ball. I think right now, the offense is going to have to go on long drives and score touchdowns to kind of keep the defense off the field and protect the defense because, the defense. No, Jalen Williams, you're right. SU defense looked better. They look improved compared to the first game, but, you gave up a couple long drives, but you gave up too many big plays for my liking. You gave up with the 72-yard slant. Valley quarterback, he had a 49-yard run. Like, man, you cannot give up those big plays next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it's early in the season, and from a tackling standpoint, they're not as sharp as they should be. They're not as crisp. However, man, you got to get teams on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Taylor Gaston. I'm sorry, Taylor Gotson. He said Trey gonna be in game shape by Fresno game. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If they keep riding him the way they rode him tonight, I think he might round into shape before Fresno State, to be honest. Because they rode him tonight. He put the ball on the ground, and I'm not gonna lie. I don't care how talented you are. Like that was always like a cardinal sin for all the teams I played on. I don't care how good you can't put the ball on the ground. So, as long as he protect the ball, I think he definitely need to get the most touches. I say the same thing about Kendrick Grimes last year, but they still ended up giving Kobe Dillon the most touches, and then Kendrick Grimes, and then C.J. Russell. But this year, I mean, it's obvious to everybody that Trey Holly the best back, and he gonna get the most touches. He the feature back. So, I'm good with that. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Black said those penalties were killing us big time. I mean, that's the thing about it. It's like those penalties, not only did it kill us, but they were like at bad times, inconvenient times. At one point, you stop Valley, and you getting ready to get the ball back, but you have a decent defensive penalty, and you kept their drive going. I'm like, come on, man, you gotta clean that up. And I'm not gonna lie, I put that on Graves too. Like, come on, man, your team can't be this undisciplined. Southern is synonymous for year in and year out for being one of the most penalized teams, if not the most penalized team in the SWAC. You can't be that this year and be successful, especially the way your defense struggling a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to he said all the inside runs get a running back beat up a lot. But that's the thing about it, though. The truth, they got so many running backs. If you go a deeper running back, keep rotating the fresh bodies in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. Trey Holly, the game changer. You want him to have the most carries, but you still got to figure a way, to keep him fresh without giving him a ridiculous amount of carries and running him in the ground. You got to have a balance. You want him to be your feature back. He got to get the most touches. However, at the same token, you want to keep fresh bodies at that running back position. You got a ridiculous amount. 8 running backs is a lot. So I think you can find a way with getting the most touches and keep rotating fresh backs in. Rod the second say a ton of running back talent. A ton of talent at running back. Big facts, Rod the second. Man, salute to my brother Brent Fox. He said salute Coach 67 Sports TV. Man, salute to my brother, the Lieutenant Brent Fox. Y'all go over to his channel, check him out. He a Steelers fan. Man, salute to my brother Brent Fox. Y'all definitely go to Brent Fox channel and check him out. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Williams said, who was the freshman running back that came in after Holly got injured? He not a freshman, he a sophomore, Jalen Williams. That was Jason Gabriel. Jason Gabriel is a running back, local high school running back from John Curtis. John Curtis is a powerhouse in the state of Louisiana. So they put Jason Gabriel in the game, and then after that they put Barry Remo. Barry Remo is another running back. He won a state championship at Catholic High School. So realistically, all of those running backs in Southern half, with the exception of Mike Franklin and Amarian Asbury, like they all fit that Trey Holly prototype. Of course, they're not as talented, but they all small backs that can catch the ball out the backfield, speedy backs, shifty backs. So they all kind of fit the same mold and the same prototype. We talking about Trey Holly, we talking about Prince of K, Jason Gabriel, Barry Remo. They all kind of fit that same prototype. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Williams said, "Oh, okay, I like him." Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, they all kind of the same type of back. You know what I'm saying? Man, salute to Ezzy. Ezzy said, "Prediction: Hornets 31, Jags 21." Yeah, I hear you. Man, hey, I appreciate everybody that came through and showed some love. Man, this was a good live stream in terms of the chat. The chat, y'all doing y'all thing. Man, I appreciate y'all coming through, showing up, showing out, showing love. I appreciate y'all to the fullest. I need to go catch some of this, some of this good SWAC football. Jalen Williams said the way Andrew Body, looking. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Andrew Body was a dog, you know what I'm saying? But salute to everybody. Like I said, to start this live stream, I definitely want to dedicate this live stream to my former professor at Southern University, Deborah Clark. She passed when she rest in peace. Y'all keep the Clark and Harris family, lifted in y'all thoughts and prayers. I appreciate everybody that came through, that showed some love. Much love to the family. Peace and blessings to everybody. Y'all have a blessed, safe, and prosperous Labor Day weekend. I'll catch y'all about Monday or Tuesday. No, I'm gonna say Tuesday in terms of the next episode of the tailgate party. I'm gonna break down the home opener next Saturday against Andrew Body in Alabama State, led by head coach Eddie Robinson Jr. So y'all be certain y'all come through and check it out. For my boxing fans, for my LDBC family members, I'm definitely gonna do a little something talking about some stuff in boxing. Of course, for the most part, I've been sticking with my Jags, but I gotta touch on this Tank Davis situation. So I'm gonna address that. And also go check out my brother Brent Fox on his channel tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, on my brother Jerry Lovin Green channel, the Southern Baller Show. Y'all come through and check us out. Also on his channel, every Thursday night we record for Friday morning. HBCU Fanatics on my brother Jerry Lovin Green channel. Come through, check us out. Man, y'all have a blessed and prosperous weekend. Go enjoy this football. I'm going to enjoy me some SWAC football. I'm going to go check out HBC. In fact, I might have multiple devices. I might have LSU on the TV. One device I might have HBCU Go. Another device I have whatever they got on SWAC TV. So, man, I'm going to go enjoy some of this SWAC football, HBCU football, and just, big time FBS football too. See what LSU doing. Jalen Williams, man, salute to you. Say go Jags. Yes, sir. I mean, I wasn't impressed with their performance tonight, but I'm still gonna ride with my team. It's still all love. Man, much love to the HBCU family, everybody doing their thing. Man, I appreciate y'all to the fullest. Y'all have a blessed and phenomenal evening. Blessed and prosperous and phenomenal Labor Day weekend. Peace and blessings. And go Jags.